All right, the visuals you can see from your screens right now, clearly outside Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister's residence. Remember, the Chief Minister has currently called a meeting of the party's MLAs. 62 MLAs of the 70-seat Delhi Legislative Assembly are from the Aam Aadmi Party. The others are largely from the BJP. Now, the 62 are expected to show up. At current count, I believe we have already crossed the 20 mark. We might be at 22 MLAs. That's the last time we spoke to Rupashri Nanda, my colleague who's on the ground. That's what she told us. Remember, the reason we're tracking these numbers so carefully is because over the last few hours, the Aam Aadmi Party has come forward and made allegations that the BJP has attempted their leaders. It's tried to offer them large amounts of money to get their MLAs to cross over. Now, they first made these comments yesterday. Today, they came forward and said that a number of the MLAs were not in contact. My colleague Rupashri, let's go over to her right now. Rupashri, bring our audiences an update. It's been about 5 minutes. How many MLAs have reached the Kejriwal residence?
Well, if I'm correct, it is 31 MLAs who have now reached Aam Aadmi Party Chief Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Remember, one MLA, Satyendra Jain, is in jail, is currently in jail, so he will not be able to come. So that makes it 61 MLAs. As far as threat to the party's threat to the government is concerned, as I have been pointing out since morning, there does not seem to be any apparent threat to the government as of now. As I have been also pointing out, because Aam Aadmi Party has a brute majority of 62 MLAs in the Delhi Assembly, and more than half of them, half of them have already reached over here. One MLA, Satyendra Jain, who is also a minister, is currently in jail. So 32 MLAs, we can say, are currently now with Arvind Kejriwal. And as the time passes by, we actually expect more MLAs also to turn up. Remember what Saurabh Bhardwaj actually said in the morning. Saurabh Bhardwaj said that we will fail Operation Lotus, and all MLAs will be present for the meeting. Now, the 33rd MLA has come to meet Arvind Kejriwal, so that takes it to 33. Like I have been saying, there is no threat to the government at all. No question of the government being toppled, because more than 30 MLAs have already reached Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal's Aam Aadmi Party Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's residence, and one Aam Aadmi Party MLA is in jail, and another MLA, Manish Sisodia, is expected to be in Himachal Pradesh today. So 1 or 2 or maybe 3 or 4 will be on other assignments who will not be able to come. But as of now, there is no threat to the government at all. More than 30 MLAs have already reached the residence of Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Now, we will have to see what is the agenda over there, what happens in the discussion when inside once the meeting actually starts. It is expected to start at 11 o'clock. We expect that meeting to start anytime now. We'll have to see what signal Arvind Kejriwal sends to his MLAs. But also remember that almost 30 MLAs are yet to turn up. So the wait for these MLAs actually continues. We'll have to just see, when these Aam Aadmi Party MLAs actually come to attend that meeting. Remember, Aam Aadmi Party has made this huge allegation that the BJP, by using central government agency, the BJP by using other means also, the BJP by using the contacts that BJP leaders have with Aam Aadmi Party leaders, is actually trying to break the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the 33rd MLA has actually reached Arvind Kejriwal's residence. You can see my camera person showing you the pictures of these MLAs, so that makes it actually 34 MLAs. So we can tell our viewers that there is no question of any threat to the government. More than 30 MLAs have already reached Arvind Kejriwal's residence, and more are expected to appear. But that it is 11 o'clock now, and still, about more than 20 are still to appear. So we'll have to wait and see how many of these MLAs actually come for that meeting.
Okay, Rupashri, stay with us. Our colleague Arun Dhanta is also with us right now on the phone to bring us context on these reports. Arun, we've heard from the BJP this morning multiple times. They continue to say
बिल्कुल फेल होगी, किसी कीमत पे सफल नहीं हो सकती. जितने मर्जी झूठे केस बना ले, जितने मर्जी छापे डाल ले और जेल भेजना.
All right, we have Arun Dhanta, our colleague, who's also on this entire story. He's with us. Arun, we've heard from the BJP and the BJP spokespeople multiple times this morning. They continue to say that all of this is distraction tactics from the Aam Aadmi Party. But what I want to ask you is, what are your sources telling you? Is the BJP carefully tracking the numbers as they arrive outside Kejriwal's residence?
Well, see, Toya, one thing is very clear that BJP does not want to get into these MLAs things, because that's what the BJP sources are telling us, that it is the tactic of the Aam Aadmi Party government to direct from the core issue. Because if you see in last 3 to 4 days, we had seen press conferences by the BJP and then a counter press conference by the Aam Aadmi Party. And the BJP has been maintaining this fact in their press conferences that we are asking very specific questions from Aam Aadmi Party about scam which they did, why they are not answering on.
Okay, it seems we're losing our connection with my colleague Arun Thanta. We'll try to re-establish it, but remember the visuals on your screens right now tracking the outside of Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal's residence. Remember, 62 MLAs set to arrive there. We'll listen in right now. My colleague Arun Thanta also bringing us updates on the situation. Arun, you were telling us about how the BJP is reacting to these developments. Tell us more.
Well, yes, Toya. So what BJP feels is that these are the tactics of the Aam Aadmi Party to divert the entire issue, and therefore you would have also seen that how when